All right, so here's
Earlier today about Johnny Manziel, but I'm gonna wait until later on today because with me being a co-host to my boy Jimmy J Smooth's podcast, we gonna go ham. We are gonna go uncensored and unfiltered on that little militant midget, long foot little bastard. So we gonna double team his ass and give us our thoughts on something. But I'm gonna give my thoughts on what I just found out about a couple hours ago in reading. Former Kansas forward Josh Jackson. He now plays for the Suns. Josh Jackson was fined $20,000 for no showing an event organized by the Suns. Okay, and what's not? And they said the guy's name James Jones or whatever. And the fans were disappointed. So with I believe it's James Jones, whoever it is, look it up. I have to provide. I'm gonna have to edit the video later and provide links. And thanks to Josh Jackson, no showing the event. Oh, brother Jones decided to provide the fans that were there, the adult fans, free beer. So I mean, to compensate for that damage. Now, James. Josh was fined 20,000 dollars for the event, and then this little boy, okay, he's old enough to be my son. If I started at 18, 17, 18, okay, and I'm just calling for what it is. This man, quote unquote, man's man, had the nerve to say that what the Suns did, when the Suns fined him $20,000, they should have kept that out of the public. Okay, well, first of all, Josh, let me hip to you on something right quick. And you said you had an emergency you had to take care about your moms and stuff like that. Okay, everybody got to take care of mom, all right? First and foremost, we all got to take care of mom, even if we're not living near where close to our mom, we still got to take care of mom. Okay, so a part of me wants to buy your excuse about that. However, I don't want to buy it. In other words, I'm not buying what you're selling. Okay, I want to buy what you're selling. Then again, I'm hesitant to buy what you're selling, and a whole lot of people aren't either. You playing for an organization that's basically persona non fucking grata, and as Devin Booker, one of your best players, even said, the Suns are a sick franchise. They are. I mean, I hate to say it, Dale Demps could probably, with Dale Demps' ass being fired, he probably couldn't save the damn franchise. You play on a terrible fucking team, and you got the nerve to say that your employer, your organization, you basically want to tell an organization that's been in the league as long as your parents been on the earth, long before you was a thought and I'm going to go ahead and say it, long as before you was a thought in your dad when he popped you in your mom. I'm being forward. You got the nerve to say that, and you getting paid millions of fucking dollars, and you playing on a sorry ass team, and you got the nerve to say that. First, let me say this: fuck you, Josh Jackson, because you talk about what you lately been telling you along with a whole bunch of other people. I said people, several other NBA players, if you will, had the nerve to say a lot of stuff need to be kept in house. Let's not forget your former coach Bill Selfish, uh, covered your ass when you last played 2 years ago, and you got away with a prison sentence because y'all family lawyer paid somebody off to keep their mouth shut, and then when that went public, y'all hurried up and did, and your folks along with your lawyer hurried up and did damage control. Oh, I do my research, dog. I does my research. So if anybody were Kansas fans of Josh Jackson, if you want to clap back at me, I do my research. Matter of fact, Google it. You know, Josh Jackson been getting away with a lot of fuck. He got away with a lot of fuck. He got away with some fuck shit that year that he wanted to keep in house. I'm sorry. But anytime you get away with some shit that your ass did, that's not in house. So you ought to be on your knees thanking the Lord every fucking day that you not in prison for what your ass did. But for your ass to have the nerve to sit up here and say, for this man to sit up here and the nerve for him to say that the Suns should have kept that fine, that should have kept that fine out of the public. Who the fuck is you? Who the fuck is Josh Jackson? Here's a guy, and like I said, that got away with a prison sentence for some type of assault, in which his family's lawyers had to pay off the other person's lawyers about it, and then when they reported it back to, of all people who I along with other podcast people, including my co-host from Let's Draw on Something, let alone the host of his own podcast, Jimmy J. Smooth, even said that when they report the news, it's legit. Yahoo Sports, when they got a hold of it, your family tried to, and your lawyers tried to do damage control of that shit. But let me tell you this here: when Yahoo reports something, fuck damage control. You don't have that. That's not an option. You got to own up to it. When Yahoo get the facts, that's it. Don't take my word for it. Ask John Calipari what happened when Pat Forde busted his ass. Okay? And then let's travel back in time, shall we? When you supposed to be the unsung leader for a Kansas team. Okay? Your Kansas team got their ass kicked by Kentucky. And you got guys like LeGerald Vick, who is known, his personality is known to be street hoodish, or I'm going to say street niggish, and let alone goofy. You know, everybody want to follow your leadership example. What leadership example does Josh Jackson have? I wouldn't trust this dude to lead my niece and nephew to school. I wouldn't trust Josh Jackson to lead foot powder in my shoes. I'm just being serious. And this is supposed to be, and as I quote, the Suns franchise player, the Suns unproven leader. He ain't led shit. And by the way, him and my ex-wife's son do kind of resemble, because they both, but they do have one thing in common. They both fuck boys. And I was just gonna be honest. They both fuck boys. But at least my ex-wife's son will take some, in henceforth, and I say that loosely, some responsibility for his actions. Okay? But for Josh Jackson to sit up and tell the media he had something he had to take care of with his mom. Okay, that's fine and good. But you gonna sit up there and say that the organization should have kept that shit in private. Man, fuck you. In this day and age, ain't nothing private. It's getting out. Because if I was your boss, I would tell your ass, I would tell you this. Dude, I'm paying you all this money to not only play ball, but to make public appearances. You're not going to screw me. I can understand about your mom and everything else. And then I also understand that he never showed up for a team meeting. So he didn't show up for a team meeting, and he's supposed to be the leader of the team. And if I was Devin Booker, I would get the fuck on out. I would get the hell on out of Dodge and go to somebody where you can be appreciated at. That's real talk. Because that team you playing for, and I'm ashamed for Jamal Crawford because he ain't got no business playing for Phoenix either. Jamal Crawford, as cold as you are, man, and I like you and I respect you, you ought to be a damn shame of yourself. As Dusty Rose say, you ought to be shameful of yourself. You shameful. You don't need to be on that team. There's no leadership on that team, none whatsoever. And if y'all want to count Josh Jackson as the leader of your team, come on, man. You know, like I said, I wouldn't have that man to leave foot powder in my shoes or in anybody's shoes. Okay? And the shit that he has said in that report by saying that the Suns management should have kept that private. They ain't nobody's business. You don't tell your employers what the hell to do. That's not just in the NBA. That's just not in the NFL, NHL, MLB. That's in real life. So, Josh making all these little chump change millions, so he probably don't know what it is to work a hard 6 to 8 hour shift. Some things are, true. He does have a point. But you dealing with the National Basketball Association. They ain't gonna do it, and whatever team you play for, they ain't gonna do what they ain't gonna do what you tell them to do. They gonna do what they tell them to do. Acropo, they ain't a business. Okay? So that fuck shit that he said, he can go fuck himself. And then him not no-showing the event. Let me say this to all you Josh Jackson fans out there, especially some of you Kansas fans out there, which y'all don't know. 10 to 50, or the max between 10 to 15% of the gate from the ticket sales and everything is kicked back to the players. So him no showing 2 events, I would have hit that pocket. Yeah, I would have fined his ass $80,000. No showing a meet and greet, $80,000. No showing the team event, $60,000. He need to go on with that shit. And I apologize if I'm looking like this. No, I'm not tipsy. I'm not buzzed. I'm only sleepy and I'm finna go to bed because I have to go to work tomorrow, sadly. But it's just ridiculous, man. I mean, Josh Jackson got a lot of fucking nerve to sit up here and say that what his bosses should have done. No, first of all, they don't have to do what the hell you want them to do. They do what they need to do. Now I'll admit sometime at my current job, my old job. Hell, even my old job, here in Memphis, Tennessee, FedEx. I told motherfuckers not to go back. I said, hey, if you got a problem with me, don't go to my pops and tell him. Tell him, you tell me. You think they did it? No. Okay? So Josh Jackson, he got a lot of fucking growing up he got a lot of damn growing up to do. For him to tell his employers he should have kept it in-house, everything what goes on. And then he said something about the media is only allowed access or what they see. Yeah, that's true. But then when some of the access that they get that they are not allowed to see or hear, guys like him and everybody else gets mad about it. Yeah, he got a lot of players that stick with the camaraderie and everything, but come on. Y'all asses is tanking. Y'all finna finish with a record of 12-70. Y'all ass finna have the number 1 pick. Y'all are a franchise. Josh Jackson plays for a franchise that is known to serve nachos instead of cheese. They serve them with pickles. Yeah, about that. I got that from Charles Barkley. It was a funny comment, but if you can search that video, a lot of people that live in the Phoenix area even said it's true. So, Josh Jackson, you can kiss so on behalf of all them Suns fans, you stood up and everybody else and all that shit you said with them comments talking about they should have kept it private and then you had something you had to take care of for your mom. I'm not buying that shit. Real talk. I'm not. But I speak for the Phoenix fans on this, even though I'm not a Phoenix fan. I speak for them on this. Enjoy. I hope you enjoying their 10 to 15% of the money from the gate that you getting from the fans that came out and meet and greet you and shook your hand. Because you ain't shit. But you did on behalf of James Jones give him free beer though. I will give him that. So Josh Jackson, you need to fucking grow up, learn some damn leadership skills, kid. Get you a father figure, and if you do have a dad, he probably didn't do a good job with your ass. So I'm Craig L. Smith II. I'm about to sign off for the night. I'll catch y'all tomorrow on the Jimmy J Smooth Network as we talk about the Johnny Manziel situation and among other things. All right.